It's like, what's up? What's up? Oh, good old Thomas, Oklahoma tonight. Friday night football. Ooh.
The captains are coming out to the field. The captains are coming out to the field. Something is important. All right. So far, the video looks a lot better for the night. I don't know about the audio. We're going to try to work on it. I don't know about the audio. We're going to try to work on it. There you go. All right. Here come the Warriors. Well, we're about ready to get this one underway in about 10 seconds. Get the field cleaned off, get them ready to take off, and see what happens. Ready to take off and see what happens. Looks like we got Thomas on the 45-yard line where it's 1st and 10. Warriors starting on defense. Throws it out to the left. Got some room to run. Takes it all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's like Jason Walker was in on that play. Austin Beavers also. It was enough for a first down for Davis. A 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Already in Warrior territory. Next ball runs it out to the right. It's got room to run. All the way down to the 15-yard line. Running back runs it up the middle. Strong run. Down within the 5. Smash Willis for Thomas on that run. So the 1st and goal within the 5-yard line. Hands it off, pitch it around to the right. Looks like he is going to score. Made a stop, trying to keep him out of the end zone, but he pushed his way in Final score. Looks like Thomas gonna line up for the extra point. Kicks up, and it's good. So Thomas takes the early lead, 7-0. Let's see if that helps out the audio. Yes, it does. All right. Thomas kicks off. Ball's picked up on the 8-yard line. Well, he's got some room to run. And on the right side, open lanes. A good run back to the 33-yard line. The Warriors are going to set up shop. From this ball hands it up. Almost taking down the 10. The 28-yard line. Looks like Dish from Thomas. That's the sack right there. Looks like sack right there. Daddy tries to get the try the left side of the line, pull down behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be third down and about a long 18 on the 25-yard line for the Warriors. They just can't get nothing going yet tonight. They're going to end up about 5 yards short of the first down. Sorry, guys, trying to work on the audio a little bit. Looks like they're going to punt. It's like Cash Willis is back deep for Thomas. High flopping punt. Takes a Warrior bounce all the way down to the 20-yard line where Warriors are going to down it at the 19-yard line. We do have a Warrior down on the field back at the line of scrimmage. Back at the line of scrimmage. Back at the line of scrimmage. Well, as they work on him, let's take a quick time out.
Hey, Warrior fans, have you heard? Warrior Weekly is back, picking up where the great Jason Metzger left off, covering all things Apache sports. Check us out on Facebook at Warrior Weekly or Instagram at Warrior Weekly. We'd like to thank the school administration for giving us this great opportunity to bring you this live streaming broadcast of all Apache sports. As always, go Warriors. As always, go Warriors.
All right, we're back where the Warriors are on defense. Quarterback gets ball, throws it out number 3 to the right. He breaks the tackle. Went back in Jason Walker's hands, but shot all the way into Warrior territory at the 40-yard line. Manny Gates tripped him up. Looked like Dayton Scott was there trying to wrap him up. With the reception in the long run, first down on 40-yard line. Second down coming up for Thomas from the 34-yard line. Second down coming up for Thomas from the 30. Quarterback throws it just over the hands of the receiver. Phoebe Looking Glass had a chance to finish that, but just after 3. Quarterback gets the ball, hands it up left, breaks a couple of tackles, takes it another 10, 15 yards. He's still running. They finally get him out at the 18-yard line. Dayton shot. Manny Gates came up for the tackle right there. Right there.
So it'll be first and 10 at the 17-yard line for the Terriers. First at the 17-yard line for the Terriers. Quarterback throws to the right. He's got an open receiver in the end zone. It's number 11, Landon Wald for Thomas. Minnesota. The extra point's going to be no good. Brings the score with 6:17 left in the first quarter to Thomas 13, Apache 0. Thomas gets ready to kick off. I knew this ball game would be a little tough tonight. Thomas is a pretty good team. Historically, over the past few years, been one of the tougher teams in our conference. Thomas kicking deep, almost to the end zone, the looking glass. Got some room to run. Up around the 24 line where he gets tackled. Warriors take the ball, run left hand side, flag on the field, but pulled down behind the line of scrimmage around the 23-yard line. Going to be holding against the Warriors. Well, that's probably going to move them back 10 yards. They're marking off the penalty. It's going to move the Warriors back to the 13-yard line. Where it's going to be first and about 18. First and about 18.
It looks like they might be calling a timeout. It's officials' timeout. So while they think they might be calling a timeout, while they get this figured out, we'll be right back.
Through life's trials, Liberty National Bank has been with you all the way, listening, embracing your goals, working together with you to build the business you want or the life you want. We've supported our neighbors and local businesses for over a century, always putting people first. For you, we're in the banking business. For you, we're here. Liberty National Bank, with you all the way.
Shamrock Bank, proud supporters of Warrior Athletics.
As owners, each employee at Shamrock Bank has a vested interest in the success of our bank. We realize that our success depends on your success. Whether you're opening a checking account, financing your next vehicle, or borrowing capital to build your small business, our experienced bankers are here to help. We're committed to serving our community by providing friendly staff, quick responses, and convenient technology. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Shamrock Bank. Go visit them at 109 Cobb Lake Street in Apache, Oklahoma, where you're more than a customer because they're more than a bank.
In Thomas, Oklahoma, where it looks like Coach Q won his argument with the referees. They moved the ball up about 6-7 more yards, where the Warriors are going to take over first and about 14 from the 22-yard line. Warriors going to take over first and about 14 from the 20. Ball thrown out to the right-hand side. Caught by Jake Farrell, but he did get about a yard. Warriors come up second and third and 14. Brown gets the ball. Looks like he's going to try to just throw it like a little jump pass, but it ended up hitting him at the 24-yard line. Got picked at the line of scrimmage. Went up in the air, and those balls are almost always just up for grabs. And so looks like Thomas is going to take over 24-yard line of the Warriors. Quarterback gets the ball, hands it off to the right, but there are whistles. It's going to be illegal procedure against Thomas. He's going to move back 5 yards. Little under 5 minutes left in the ball game, or first quarter. Thomas is leading 13-0. Quarterback gets the ball, hands it off to the right. Back to the left. down after a few yards gained. It looks like there's a Thomas player down on the field. Back at the 30-yard line. So we're going to have an official timeout.
Shamrock Bank, proud supporters of Warrior Athletics.
At Shamrock Bank, we take our commitment to community seriously. Our employee owners are your neighbors, living, working, and serving in the community we all call home. Whether we are serving from inside our lobby or donating our time and resources to schools and local organizations, community banking is our top priority. You're more than just a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Go Warriors.
Go check out Shamrock Bank for all your banking needs at 109 Cobb Lake Street, Apache, Oklahoma. And thank you, Shamrock Bank, for supporting the Warriors.
All right, we are back. It looked like it was a Warrior that was shaken up. Braylon Curry down on the field. He's getting helped off by some of his teammates there. Hope he's going to be okay. So it looks like that's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 for Thomas at the 22-yard line. So Thomas got the ball. Warriors on defense. Quarterback gets the ball. Looks like he's going to throw it out to his left. He's throw it out of his hands in the end zone. Houston Dobbins almost had that for his Terrier touchdown. Come off the end of his fingers, and they're going to bring it back for a 3rd and 8 for the Terriers at the Warrior 22-yard line. We set it for a 3rd down play, 3rd and 8. Quarterback gets the ball, throws it out to his right on a little screen pass. Get some room to run. Looks like he's going to get down by most of the Warriors out there. Randy Anderson, I believe, was the one that brought him down, along with a couple other of his friends. It does give him enough for a 1st down. Looks like it is going to be 1st and 10 at about the 11-yard line. So they're going to have to make it down to the 1-yard line to get another 1st down or into the end zone. Taylor's line up with a 1st down. Quarterback gets the ball, hands it off to the left. Off to the left. In there to keep him out of the end zone. Takes it down to the 4-yard line. Looked like he was going to break a couple of tackles and maybe score, but nothing right there at the 5-yard line and brought him backwards. Right, 2nd down. The Terriers kind of get a 1st down at the 1-yard line, but 2nd and 4 from the 5. Quarterback gets the ball. Looks like he's going to hand it off, run it around to the left. And he just burrows his way in there. Warren Kosmatov for the Terriers scores. .252 left in the first quarter. The Terriers take a 19-0 lead over our Warriors. The lineup for the extra point kick. Kick is up. And it looks like it is good. So after the interception, off a hit ball from Brown, the Terriers marched down the field about 30 yards for another score. 2:52 left in the first quarter, leading 20-0. I'd like to see our Warriors get something started here. Make some positive yards, make some good gains down the field. Maybe a kickoff. Run back for lots of yards. Something that'll be a momentum changer for the Warriors. Here comes Thomas, set to kick off after the touchdown. Looks like number 22, Douche, is going to do the kicking for the Terriers. BB Looking Glass and Gannon Gates are back deep for the Warriors for the return. Luke Graham and like Jason Walker are in the shallow to receive the kick. And here he goes, getting ready to kick it off. It is deep. BB takes it at the 22-yard line, or the 2-yard line. Sorry about that. Brings it back to about the 26-yard line. As it gets gathered up, still down in the middle of the field. It does look like there is a flag on the field. Let's see what this flag's going to be. Well, it does look like it's going to be the Warriors' ball, holding against the Warriors during the return. So that's going to move them back 10 yards. Where they're going to set up shop, first down at the 16-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line for the Warriors. Grant Brown in the backfield, quarterback in the Warriors. Missed the ball. Holds it, hands it, pitches it out to Dayton Stop. Dayton's got some room to run. Runs all the way out to the 26-yard line where it looks like he is going to pick up the first down. Be 1st and 10 for the Warriors from the 27-yard line. Jake Farrell's lined up in the backfield with Scott. Brown gets the ball, hands it off to Farrell, runs around the right side. He's down at the line of scrimmage. That looked like he's going to gain, but maybe half a yard. Second down for the Warriors. Scott in the backfield with Brown. Hands it off up the middle, and he is pulled down after a couple of yard gain. Then Daggins for the tackle for Thomas. So let's go back to the originals. It's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Warriors coming up. See what we can pull out on the 3rd down play. Brown gets the ball. Looks like he's back to pass. Sets up. No, pulls it down. Flag on the field. Finally just throws it bounds right there at the end of the play, but there is a flag down. Probably going to be holding against the Warriors. Good coverage from the Terriers on that defensive play. No, it is against Thomas. Looks like it's going to be a push in the back. Well, he's called 2 different things, so let's see what we ended up. It is against Thomas in the Warriors' favor. 10-yard penalty. It's going to be 3rd and 1 coming up for and that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Where the Thomas Terriers lead the Apache Warriors 20-0. We'll be back for the interaction here from Thomas in just a few minutes.
Through life's trials, Liberty National Bank has been with you all the way, listening, embracing your goals, working together with you to build the business you want or the life you want. We've supported our neighbors and local businesses for over a century, always putting people first. For you, we're in the banking business. For you, we're here. Liberty National Bank, with you all the way.
Hey, Warrior fans, have you heard? Warrior Weekly is back, picking up where the great Jason Metzger left off, covering all things Apache sports. Check us out on Facebook at Warrior Weekly or Instagram at Warrior Weekly. We'd like to thank the school administration for giving us this great opportunity to bring you this live streaming broadcast of all Apache sports. As always, go Warriors. Shamrock Bank, proud supporters of
It's like a half Warriors were back to punt, but it looks like they run into the kicker, so there's a flag down. I should have the Warriors enough for a first down. You can't do that in the punt. Kicker's a protected man. That's their first down. Can't do that. Kicker's a protected man. So the Warriors are going to retain possession after the walk-off of the flag. See if they can keep marching down the field here in the beginning of the second quarter. So they're going to set up at 1st and 10 from the Terriers 49-yard line, or for their own 49-yard line, trying to get across the field. First down for the Warriors. Scott in the backfield along with Brown. He's going to get the ball, heads it off to Scott. The line of scrimmage. Gets out of that tackle, runs around to the left. Looks like he's going to pick up 4 or 5 yards. Crosses over into Terrier territory. But it's going to be 2nd and 6. Dayton Scott. 4-yard run. After he went to the line of scrimmage, looked like he was met by a tackler, broke a tackle. Decided to run around the left-hand side, picked up 4 yards. 2nd down for the Warriors. Brown gets the ball, hands it to Looking Glass in the middle. That's important for the first down. Thought he was going to run around the right-hand side of the line, but seen a hole up the middle. Picked up about 7 or 8 yards there. First down for the Warriors. The 36-yard line. Brown gets the ball, hands it off to Scott. Farrell is the lead blocker, but he gets ripped up in the backfield, still fighting, but loses a couple of yards on that. Looks like 3 yards, where it's going to be 2nd down at the 40-yard line. Thomas's defense is just aggressive tonight. Coming through the line, meeting our running back in the backfield. The Warriors are getting the play. Brown sets up shot. Scott in the backfield. Jason Walker split out right wide. Flag down on the play. Looks like delay a game. So that's going to move the Warriors back 5 yards to the 45-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and 18. You hate to see penalties like that. You get something going and either a holding penalty or a delay a game moves you back, but he gets the ball. Looks like he's back to pass. Looks like he sets up. Jensen line. He's down Warriors. Might look like he's about to get wrapped up in the backfield. Lets it go. Walker streaking down the left-hand side on the post play. Picks the ball. Carries another 5 yards. It's up to 1st and 10 for the Warriors at the 10-yard line. Flag down the play. Looks like there's some movement early before the snap. Ball started against the Warriors. That's going to move us back 5 yards. Sort of things like that. They just frustrate you a little bit. You get some momentum after a big play like that. 30, 40 yards pass completion from Brown to Walker. And then we get movement on the line. And so now it's going to be 1st and 15 for the Warriors at the 14-yard line. Or the 15-yard line is where they got it spotted. Got the backfield was Brown. Farrell goes into motion. Hands ball off to the left, slips up on the behind the line of scrimmage, loses a couple of yards. Come up. 2nd down for the Warriors. At the 13-yard line. One now. Slipped up on the field and behind the line of scrimmage and losing a few yards. Boy, I wish we could just punch it into the end zone right here. It'd be a good momentum booster for the Warriors. Brown gets the ball. Looks like he's going to take off. We're going to pass this if he tries to run, but the Columbus defense was just right there, wrapping him up. He's going to gain a yard. It'll be third down and 17 yards for the Warriors. Thomas defense is just aggressive. Seems like every time we hand the ball off, they're right there to see what they can do to make a tackle. Well, here goes third down. Brown gets the ball, hands it off to Scott. Scott bounces it out to the left. Thomas says fall over that. Wraps him up. 3 or 4 of them Terriers take him down. Right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down for the Warriors. Looks like Eli Dietrich's going to come out for a field goal. He's going to set up shot at the 25-yard line. So this is going to be a 35-yard field goal attempt. Dietrich told me in practice one day he's hitting them from about 40. So let's see what he does here. Looks like the Warriors are going to try for a field goal. Looking Glass is the holder. Dietrich's the kicker. That's Apache. The Warriors pull a timeout. 7:12 left in the second quarter. 4th down and about 17 to go. We'll be back after this.
Through life's trials, Liberty National Bank has been with you all the way, listening, embracing your goals, working together with you to build the business you want or the life you want. We've supported our neighbors and local businesses for over a century, always putting people first. For you, we're in the banking business. For you, we're here. Liberty National Bank, with you all the way.
In the second quarter, the Warriors are down at the 13-yard line after a good run by Dayton Scott for a first down on a 3rd down try, and a long reception by Walker from Brown. Couple of runs stopped at the line of scrimmage. And so here it looks like it's going to be a field goal attempt for the Warriors. 35-yard field goal attempt for Dietrich. Back, ball down. It's on the way. And it's gone. It looks like the main line. It's good. They like it. It's 5 Warriors put them on the board. And it brings your score, Thomas Terriers 20, Apache 3. So the Warriors are going to set up for the kickoffs here in the second quarter. So that's a little momentum booster for the Warriors. Let's see if they can capitalize that when they get out there on defense. Maybe get a defensive stop. They can get a defensive stop, get the ball back, and maybe have a chance to score before we go into the half and make this a ball game. Maybe we learned something on that series. We can just get Brown a little bit of time to find his receivers to pass the ball thing. Maybe our throwing game could pick up a little bit. Our running game just, man, it's up to Scott. He'll bounce off a tackle or two, break a tackle here and there, and just fighting for every yard that he can get. We can be consistent, stop the flags, and keep marching down the field. We get back into this game. The Warriors set up to pick off the ball. Dietrich gets ready to kick it down the field. Stop the flags. He's got a pretty good rack on him. something we've needed for a while. Dietrich Smith gets caught at the 15-yard line. Thomas begins to run it back, brings it out to about the 45-yard line where he's pulled down by just for the Warriors. At the 45-yard line, that's where they're going to set up shop. Warrior defense comes out, gets ready to see what kind of defensive stand we can make. All right, here we go. First down for the Terriers. One running back in the backfield. Quarterback gets the ball. Looks like he's going to throw. Looks to the right. Looks back. Looks to the left. Overthrows the receiver. It's like there may have been a misread right there. The receiver didn't run the route the quarterback thought he was going to run. So that brings up second down for the Terriers. Well, we're just going to call that good defense on the Warriors' part. Brought a little confusion. The receiver not run where he's supposed to. Second and 10 for the Terriers from the 45 and a half, 46-yard line of their right side of the field. Quarterback gets the ball. Looks like he's going hand on straight up the middle. It's going to be a few yards. On the hit, there's a flag that comes in late through the play. Gannon Gates went for the tackle, knocked him down. Running back stumbled a little bit, gained another yard or two. Open for Brooklyn. We need to work on that and practice a little bit. But it's going to be against the Warriors, and looks like it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, where that's going to give Thomas first down all the way down to the 30-yard line. I didn't see what the penalty was. Probably personal foul, late hit, something like that. Can't do that. Got to stay under control, keep it cool. When you need to make a defensive stop. Well, here's the Terrier setting up first and 10 at the 30-yard line. Quarterback gets the ball, hands it off to the. Oh, looks like he's going to go back and try to pass. No, running away by being looking glass. Quarterback handed it off. Looked like he was going to take the left-hand side of the field, roll back around for the pass, the halfback pass. It was a very good pass. Receiver had to try to come back for it. BB knocked it out. So that'll come up second and 10 for the Terriers. All right. See what the Terriers come up with. Quarterback tried to draw them all sides. Looks over for the play. Gets the ball, hands it off to the running back around the left-hand side. Got a little bit of room for room. It's about 8 yards. BB Looking Glass on the tackle right there at the 22-yard line. Or that's going to bring up third down. This is where you really would hope the Warriors be able to dig in, dive in, maybe get in the backfield a little bit, cause some confusion or some chaos back there. Cassius Pike playing the interior of the defensive line. Maybe he can get through that line, cause a little bit of chaos. Quarterback gets the ball, hands it off, straight up the field, takes him around to the left. Looks like he is going to score after he breaks a couple of tackles. It's going to be a touchdown for the Terriers. 22-yard run. Absolutely, we really hope we can make a defensive stand, but running back for Thomas is pretty good. Broke a couple of tackles, headed a couple of defensive guys, and took around the left-hand side of the field for a touchdown. So Thomas is going to come up. Looks like they're going to try to kick the extra point. Looks like it is good. Extra point for the Terriers. Brings the score Thomas 27, your Warriors 3. 5:14 left in the first half. The Warriors are going to get the ball back. See if we can build on that momentum of that last drive. Work down the field and hopefully get it in the end zone for a touchdown. All right, get the special teams all lined out and ready to go. Warriors come out onto the field. Gannon Gates and BB Looking Glass looks like they're going to be deep for the Warriors. Julius Wyndham and Luke Graham are going to be in the shallow for the Warriors. Looking off for the Terriers. And here we go. Kick is away. It's like Gannon Gates gets the ball, brings it up the middle, tries to cut out to the left-hand side. He's brought down about the 28-yard line. The Terriers. Oh, Mario Vasquez looked like he was trying to throw a block to open him up, maybe get him a few extra yards. So the Warriors are going to set up first and 10 from the 28-yard line, their own 28-yard line. 5:01 left in the second quarter. Hopefully we can drive it down the field, maybe get some more points on the board. See what Coach Autry dials up for the Warriors today. Scott in the backfield with Brown. Farrell in motion. It's like they're going to try the left-hand side of the field. Scott runs out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Going to lose the few. On the south side of the field. Terriers working forward. Just keep pushing upfield. Pushing him out of bounds. At the 22-yard line, where it's going to be second down and 15 for the Warriors. Going down in the trenches, down on the line. That defensive line and offensive line's got to get some block, get some holes open for the Warriors. Brown gets ready to get the ball. Looks like he's going to hand it off to Scott again. Scott around the left-hand side. It's a few yards before he's pulled down. The 5-yard gain for Dayton Scott. Remember back in my playing days, I was played on both the offensive and defensive side of the line. I know what that's like. My son, Jack, played for the Bristol Pirates, and the last couple of years in high school, come to Apache, played for the Warriors, so he knows what that's like. Brian gets the ball. Looks like he's going to be back to pass. Lots of time. Takes off around to the right. Looks like he's going to pull it down and try to run it himself. It's a yard or two. It's going to bring up fourth down for the Warriors at the 27-yard line. He told me he was going to listen to the game tonight on YouTube. So, Jack, if you're out there, throw something in the chat. Let me know that you're listening. Tell us a little bit about your time when you played for the Warriors. Looks like it's going to be a punt for the Apache. 4th and 10 at the 27-yard line. Timeout, Warriors. Timeout coming up, 4th and 10 for the Warriors from the 27-yard line. It's time to get on the field. We'll take a timeout.
Shamrock Bank, proud supporters of Warrior Athletics.
At Shamrock Bank, we take our commitment to community seriously. Our employee owners are your neighbors living, working, and serving in the community we all call home. Whether we are serving from inside our lobby or donating our time and resources to schools and local organizations, community banking is our top priority. You're more than just a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Go Warriors.
Go check out Shamrock Bank for all your banking needs at 109 Cobb Lake Street, Apache, Oklahoma. And thank you, Shamrock Bank, for supporting the Warriors.
All right, we're back in Thomas. Where it's 4th down. Looks like the Warriors have set up punt right here. Grant Brown's going to do the punting for the Warriors. No, looks like it's a fake. They threw it to get to Gannon Gates. Gates tried to take the ball around the left-hand side, didn't fool the Terriers, where they pulled him down around the 15-yard line. Well, when you're down 27-3, that wasn't a bad time for a fake punt because almost everybody in the stands probably thought they were going to punt it. But it did work out for the Warriors. They ended up bringing Gates down at the 15-yard line, so the Terriers are going to take 1st and 10 from the Warrior 15-yard line. Quarterback gets the ball. Looks like he's back to pass. Throws it off to the left. Receiver's wide open. Fell down at the 2-yard line. He's in himself because he was wide open. Looked like it was a drop in coverage or just nobody seen him coming around the left-hand side like that. He was going to score if he held on and stayed up on his feet. But he took it all the way down to the 2-yard line where it's going to be 1st and goal for the Terriers. Good ball. Take it around the left-hand side of the field. It looks like he's going to be in for the score. Touchdown, Terriers. Landon Wall on the touchdown for the Terriers. 103, 102, 101 left in the first half. Brings a score, Thomas 33, Apache 3. Thomas sets up for the point after kick. It's like Colton Lovelace is on the kicking duty for the Terriers. Ball's back. Kick is on the way. It's good. So the extra point's good for the Terriers. Brings the score 34-3. 56 seconds left in the first half. In a moment, the Warriors are going to be receiving the ball. With just under a minute left in the first half. See if they can move it down the field and maybe get a quick score before they go into halftime. All right, here we go. Terriers come out to set up to kick the ball. Warriors come out, get ready to receive it. VB looking glass, and Gannon Gates is back deep again for the Warriors. Luke Graham and Julius Wyndham is in the shallow. "56 seconds left before the half. Be a good time to get a kickoff return, or at least a kickoff up about the 40, 45-yard line, make it a short field for the Warriors. Ball is away. It's a squibble down the middle. Wyndham gets the ball, just falls on it right there at the 25-yard line. Thing to do when you don't field it clean, just get on top of it and make sure it doesn't change possession. So the Warriors are going to come out on offense, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. 51 seconds left in the first half. See if we can move it down the field before we go into the locker room. So here it comes. Sophomore quarterback Grant Brown brings the Warriors out. Senior running back Dayton Scott is going to be set up behind him. Stacked receivers on the left and the right. Brown gets the ball, hands it off to Dayton. Dayton's got a hold the right-hand side. Runs it up to the 29-yard line. Gain of about 7 yards. Where it brings up 2nd and 3 for Apache. There's 19 seconds left in the first half, and the clock is running, so they got to get something off quick here. Hopefully Thomas was thinking pass and was going to try to get Scott broken free in the secondary. And that's the end of the first quarter. They didn't get another play off in time. So the end of the first half brings the Thomas Terriers and the Apache Warriors 3. Here in Thomas, Oklahoma on Friday night. Warriors had some good things going there in the first half, but again, some flags set them back, or some untimely penalties moved them back, and just hard to get some momentum and some consistency going when things like that happen. We've seen some good play out of Brown in the quarterback position. Had about a 40-yard reception to Jason Walker. Set up that field goal from Bencher from 35 yards out. Dayton Scott had running his tail off tonight. Picking up quite a few yards. Had a great run there in the first quarter. But this is where we're at, 15 over 43 at halftime. And we'll be
Shamrock Bank, proud supporters of Warrior Athletics.
At Shamrock Bank, we take our commitment to community seriously. Our employee owners are your neighbors living, working, and serving in the community we all call home. Whether we are serving from inside our lobby or donating our time and resources to schools and local organizations, community banking is our top priority. You're more than just a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Go Warriors.
Go check out Shamrock Bank for all your banking needs at 109 Cobb Lake Street, Apache, Oklahoma. And thank you, Shamrock Bank, for supporting the Warriors. Hey, Warrior fans, here's an opportunity to support the next generation of Warrior football players. The Apache Youth Warrior Football is raffling off a Yeti cooler. Tickets are $5 per ticket or $6 for $20. The 9 and under and 11 and under Warriors are headed to the AT&T Stadium on November 21st. To get your tickets, see Jared Head or any of the Apache Youth Warrior Football coaches.
Through life's trials, Liberty National Bank has been with you all the way, listening, embracing your goals, working together with you to build the business you want or the life you want. We've supported our neighbors and local businesses for over a century, always putting people first. For you, we are in the banking business. For you, we're here. Liberty National Bank. With you all the way.
Shamrock Bank, proud supporters of Warrior Athletics.
As owners, each employee at Shamrock Bank has a vested interest in the success of our bank. We realize that our success depends on your success. Whether you're opening a checking account, financing your next vehicle, or borrowing capital to build your small business, our experienced bankers are here to help. We're committed to serving our community by providing friendly staff, quick responses, and convenient technology. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Shamrock Bank. Go visit them at 109 Cobb Lake Street in Apache, Oklahoma, where you're more than a customer because they're more than a bank. Hey Warrior fans, here's an opportunity to support the next generation of Warrior football players. The Apache Youth Warrior Football is raffling off a Yeti cooler. Tickets are $5 per ticket or 6 for $20. The 9 and under and 11 and under Warriors are headed to the AT&T Stadium on November 21st. To get your tickets, see Jared Head or any of the Apache Youth Warrior football coaches.
As the little cheerleaders make their way off the field, looks like Thomas's band is coming out. It is the Think Pink game tonight for Thomas. It's a game every year in October we play wearing pink just to remind us of breast cancer awareness. Research it takes to try to come against and fight cancer. It's a game every year in October we play. Left in the first or in the fifth time here in Thomas, Oklahoma. I got Travis Head in the booth with me. He does the filming for the high school, and he's also got a kid that plays on the Warriors football team, right? And all of our is it 5U, 9U, and 11U all going to Texas here at the end of November? Right, so all three of the Little Warrior football team is going to Texas here at the end of November. So I'm gonna hand off the mic to Travis. He's gonna tell us about some of the fundraising they got going on, trying to make some money so they can make it down to Dallas, play in AT&T Stadium. Our little kids get to go down there and play in the stadium where the Dallas Cowboys play. And so we ought to, if we can, to support them. I know there's several fundraisers that are happening around. So we'll pass this on to Travis. He can share a little bit about our football and how you can support them in their go to Dallas to play in AT&T Stadium.
Well, John, we got a couple of things going on. We have a raffle going on for a Yeti cooler that's going to be filled with lottery tickets and scratch offs, and it's going to be you can get 6 tickets for $20, or you can get 1 ticket for 5. The drawing will be the 18th at the game up there in Apache. It's going to be a night game too, again, John. You know how them little ones like the little games, the night game. Uh, but it's just a 9U and 11U that's going. 5U, they're not going with us, but they'll go with us, cheer on and everything. But you can donate. If anybody wants to donate to the cause, raise it to whatever we could do for the help these youth, go down there and live a dream that not many people get to do, and that's step foot onto a NFL football field.
All right. If you want to help out the Little Warriors football team, go see one of the coaches or probably any of the parents that have kids that are playing, because I think we're all involved in raising funds to get them to go to AT&T Stadium down in Dallas. Down in November 21st, I believe, is when they're going to be headed down there. Now we're going to load up a bus. Is Mr. Bell going to let us take a school bus and full of fans down to Dallas? Maybe the school will pay the gas and pay our way in. I don't know. Is he still up here around here saying we can take him into that? But when are you guys playing again? Back in Apache on the 18th. So yeah, night game on a Saturday night in Apache, Oklahoma. So you guys need to come out and support the Little Warriors. They're really good this year. We got to see a couple of them. Maybe we'll hook up the live stream and see if we can live stream some of them Little Warrior games. But they're best in person. I tell you, you got Jacob McConnell, coaches the 5U team, and boy, I tell you, he just gets all fired up getting them kids out there. Who's the head coach of the 9U team? Billy Smith, yeah, coaches the 9U team, and then Jared Haynes coaching the 11U team, which I think they're all pretty competitive, right? I think all three of them are in the top end of the Little League football rankings. 9U is still undefeated. The 11U team is what are they? 2-2. And the two losses they've had been to the same team over in Cash, and so if all goes well through the playoffs, they're going to meet them in the Super Bowl. and see if they can get the rematch. And so come out and watch our Little League football. I know we've got a junior high game coming up next week, Tuesday in Apache, right?
Yeah.
So come on out and watch the junior high football, the next generation of Apache Warriors. Yeah, 2 games, 6th and 7th, 8th and 9th. Who are we playing against? Maybe Mangum? All right, come on out. What's the junior high play on Tuesday night? Chandler Field. They're in Apache. Got a couple of minutes left at halftime here. The Warriors are out doing their halftime stretching. Don't see Thomas yet.
Rush Springs.
Springs. Junior high plays Rush Springs on Tuesday. So there's a lot of good football, whether it's Friday night lights or Tuesday evening junior high or Saturday with the Little Warriors. A lot of good football, a lot of great athletes coming up through the system, and looks like nothing but appeal for the Warriors. We've only got a few seniors on this year's varsity squad. A lot of young freshmen and sophomores that are out playing for the Warriors. Sophomore quarterback Grant Brown. And so the future looks bright for the Warriors. So we're about to get second half underway. See if the Warriors can climb their way back into this football game. Listening to the Warriors tonight on YouTube to know where his NIL money is for the name Warrior Weekly. Well, Jason, I hate to tell you, the NIL has not made it into high school football yet. Probably won't be but another year or two before we start paying high school players the way football culture is going. But we sure do love you, Jason. We miss you down here in Apache, and we appreciate you and helping us get this Warrior Weekly thing started and just trying to pick up where you left off and see where it all goes. But hopefully you and your family's doing well up in Myrtlesville. You need to come down and see us in Apache. Come down on a Friday night. We'll let you get on the headset like the good old days. Come down on a Friday night. We'll let you get on the headset like the good old days. Right. We got about a minute left in halftime. We're getting ready to kick off the second half here in a minute. In Thomas, Oklahoma, the Terriers lead the Warriors 34-3. Hopefully we made some good adjustments at halftime, got a little bit of rest, see what the Warriors can come out and do in the second half. Sometimes when you're down in a game like this, there's a tendency to get down on yourself and maybe not play as hard. Sometimes those moral victories, if you can just come out and win the second half, is a momentum builder going into next week when Moreland comes to town. We'll be under the lights at Chandler Field in Apache, Oklahoma next Friday night. Moreland's going to come to town and play the Warriors. We won't be live streaming home games. We'll hopefully see you in the stands packing Chandler Field. making noise for the Warriors, enjoying all the festivities that surrounding a football game. You know, when there's stands in the fans and they get loud and they get rowdy, it just seems to do something onto the field for the boys. And so I expect you guys to come out next Friday night, cowbells in hand, voices all tuned up, ready to cheer on the Warriors against Moreland there at Chandler Field. All right, looks like we're about to kick off the second half. We're in Thomas, Oklahoma. One quick timeout before we get it kicked off here in the second half. Warriors come out onto the field to receive the ball. Thomas is going to be kicking. So your Apache's going to be on offense first. Terriers on defense. They're going to be traveling right to left in the screen. If I got my orientation right, that is going to be from the west to the east, I believe. The way the football field's laid out here in Thomas. BB Looking Glass. Gannon Gates are back deep for the Warriors. Julius Wyndham and Luke Graham are in the shallows, getting ready to receive the ball. Right now, here's where we need to start. With some momentum, climbing back into this football game. A good run back from this kickoff would go a long way. Thomas gets ready to kick the ball, and here it goes. Deep, and Luke Graham, or Gannon Gates gets the ball. Brings it back about 10 yards for the return. That's where they're going to set up first down and 10 for the Warriors at the 16-yard line. Looked like that was headed out of bounds. It may have been smart of him to see if it would have went out of bounds. I'd have brought the ball out to the 25-yard line, but he grabbed it and tried to make a return, brought it up to the 17-yard line of the Warriors, where they'll be first and 10. Got a couple of young ladies up here with me tonight. Tatum and Destiny are helping me do the score and the clock and keeping the camera on the Warriors for you. So we appreciate them. Brown gets the ball. Looks like he's going to set up. He's going to take off up the middle, but he gets pulled down immediately by number 50 at Thomas. Remy of the Terriers pulls him down. That's some room to run. If he could have broke that tackle, he'd have been probably still running. But Remy grabbed a hold of him, pulled him down, where it's going to be second down and 10. He got back to the line of scrimmage. Scott's in the backfield with Brown. Brown gets the ball, hands it off to Scott. Scott tries the left-hand side, off tackle, gets a couple of yards, where it brings up third down for the Warriors. 3rd and 9. Critical third down here coming out of the second half. The Warriors receive the ball. First and second half. A couple of run plays. Looked like Grant could have broke one for a big play, but got tackled. Scott off tackle, but here we go. Brown gets the ball. Looks like he's going to be back to pass. Pump fakes. Tries to just take the ball himself. Gets pulled down at the line of scrimmage, or a yard short of the line of scrimmage, where that's going to bring up 4th down for the Warriors. Or it looks like we might have to punt. Yep, looks like he's going to bring the punt team in. Right before the first half was over, we had a 4th and 13, and looked like we were going to need to punt, but they tried the fake punt, and it would have worked. Except for the Thomas defense that stopped it short of the line to gain. So here we are, set up to punt again. Brown looks like he's going to mark out the signals for the call. Gets the ball, punt gets away. Good high spiral down the middle of the field. Takes a little bit of a Warrior bounce all the way out to the 46-yard line. Thomas is going to take over 1st and 10 from the Warrior 46-yard line. See what happens coming out of the second half on defense. See if that front line can create some chaos there for the Terriers. 1st and 10 from the Warrior 47-yard line. Thomas takes over. Quarterback gets the ball. Looks like he's going to be pulled. No, the running back slips it. Slips it. Keeps running. He gets pulled down at the 38-yard line. Like they had him in the backfield for a loss of 2 or 3, but he just ducked his shoulder, his feet moving, broke a tackle, broke another tackle at the line of scrimmage, and ended up gaining 9 yards. That was good running by Hunter for Thomas. 2nd and 1 for the Terriers. 38-yard line. Quarterback gets the ball, hands it off. Right-hand side, big hole. He's still running. He's going to breach a tackle or two. Looks like he's going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. It's going to be a touchdown for the Terriers. Hunter Reinschmelt for the Terriers, and I don't care if I didn't say that name right. Took the ball, run around the right-hand side of the line. There's a big hole. Took off running toward the sideline, up the sideline, inside the pylon, and ended up scoring for the Terriers. A lot of speed over there on that Thomas offense. So they're going to set up for the extra point for the Terriers. Brady Miller's doing the kicking for Thomas. Ball's back. Kick is on the way. Bounces off the goalpost, but goes through, and it looks like the extra point is good. Sent the kick, bounced off the left-hand side of the goalpost, bounced through the goalpost for the extra point, brings the score. Thomas 41, the Warriors 3. All right. Well, Apache's going to get the ball again. Their second possession of the second half. Couple of breaks in that first possession. We would have gained some yards and moved the ball down the field, but good tackling by Thomas kept us from doing that. Just trying to make a defensive stand. 2nd down, had Thomas stopped in the backfield. Their little running back just kept on running, broke some tackles. And so here we go. The Warriors are set up to receive the ball. Looking Glass is back deep along with Gates. Wyndham and Graham is in the shallow. Eli Dietrich and I believe that's Jake Farrell just behind the front line. Nope, that's Jake Farrell, number 11. All right, here we go. Kick is away. It's deep down the left-hand side of the field, taken at the 6-yard line. Graham runs it out, breaks a tackle or two. Looks like there might have been a face mask right there, but comes all the way out to the 19-yard line, 13-yard return for Luke Graham. And the Warriors are going to be 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. All right, here comes the Warriors for the second possession of the second half. Scott in the backfield behind Grant. Brown gets the ball. Takes her off around the left-hand side. Got a little bit of room to run. Getting about the 21-yard line. Was going to hand it off to Scott. Pulled it out. Took off around the left-hand side on the quarterback keeper. Gained about 3 yards. Apache's used to seeing that, a running quarterback. The last 4 years, Houston Herring, starting quarterback for the Warriors, now plays college ball up in Bethel, Kansas. He was a running quarterback, gained lots of yards in his high school career. So maybe we'll see a little bit of that from Brown. A little bit of his legs, see if he can begin to stretch the field. Brown gets the ball, hands it off to Scott. Scott all around the left-hand side, lots of room to run. Gets pulled down at the 31-yard line. That's going to be enough for Apache first down at the 32-yard line. First down Warriors. About a 10-yard gain for Dayton Scott. Around the left-hand side. Had a big hole. Got into the secondary. Defense collapsed on him quick. All right, 1st and 10 for the Warriors from the 32-yard line. Brown gets the ball, hands it off to Scott, coming around the right-hand side. A couple or two, moves it up to the 40-yard line. Picks up 9 on that carry. Had a couple of people in his way right there, or he would have probably run for a lot more. Big hole up around the right-hand side. So we're going downhill, which is good for the Warriors. I mean, downhill is towards the end zone. Picking up yards, 2nd and 2. Brown gets the ball, hands it off to Scott, around the left-hand side off tackle. Picks up enough yards for the first down, about 4 yards on the carry. Be 1st and 10 for the Warriors. This is what we need to see from these guys. A little momentum, a little consistency. Keep moving that ball down the field. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line for the Warriors. Jason Walker split out wide left. Gannon Gates split out wide right. Brown in the shotgun. Scott to his left. Gets the ball. Hands it to BB Lookingglass around the left-hand side. Picks up about 5 yards on the end around. Five-yard carry for Lookingglass. See, come from the right-hand side of the line. Found him a hole up the left-hand side. Moved the ball forward 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 for the Warriors. Brown in the shotgun. Scott to his right. Grabs the ball. Looks like he's going to pass it out to the right. And that's a catch. Trying to shed off a few of the tacklers there. Gannon Gates gets the ball back to the line of scrimmage, where it's going to be 3rd down for the Warriors. So they tried a quick pass out to the right. Didn't confuse the defense very much there. Couldn't break a tackle. And so now it's going to be 3rd and 5 for Apache. Brown in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Hands the ball. Keeps it inside the right side of the field. Looks like he's going to get enough for the first down. He's right down to the 43-yard line of the Terriers. First down, Warriors. Brown fakes the handoff to Scott. Keeps it himself around the right-hand side. Beats the defense to the sideline. Carries it enough for a Warrior first down. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Terrier territory. Brown gets the shotgun snap, hands it off to Scott. Brings the tackle up the right-hand side, carries it forward from the 56-yard line. It's still on his feet. There's the retreat move back to the left, but finally gets pulled down at the 41-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Warriors. Boy, he was trying to shed the tacklers, trying to break the tackles, trying to see what he could get into that. 3 wide receivers to the left for the Warriors, 1 to the right. Scott behind Brown in the shotgun, gets the snap, hands it off to the right-hand side of the field. Lots of room to run, stripped up about the 32-yard line, falls forward to the 28-yard line, picks up enough for the first down. The first down Warriors got the stop for about a 10-yard gain. Moving the ball, finding some consistency on the line, pulling some blockers, coming out, making some holes. And here we see the Warriors marching down the field. 1:25 left in the third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line for the Warriors. Brown in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Back to pass. Looks like he's going to throw it off the hands of Jason Walker. Led him just a little bit too much and off his fingertips. He was wide open. He come open in the zone defense of the Terriers. He would have probably scored on that because his defender was behind him. But nonetheless, it's 2nd down, 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. Brown in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Oh, and it's over his head. Maybe Looking Glass, who was in motion, seen the snap over his head, took off and recovered for the Warriors. But that's a big loss all the way back to the 48-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd and long for the Warriors. This is what we hate to see. We were moving the ball down the field. Everything was going good, and one inerrant snap. And center's been snapping good all day long, so we're not going to put any blame on him. It's just things that happen in a football game. But here we go. 3rd long for the Warriors. Brown in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Fakes the handoff. Throws it downfield. Really the reception. His feet, breaks a tackle, brings it all the way down to the original line of scrimmage to the 27-yard line, where it'll be 4th and 10 for the Warriors, and we're just bound to be going for it right here. That's the end of the third quarter. Brings our score 41 Thomas, 3 Warriors. Coming up after the quarter, it'll be 4th and 10 for the Warriors. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back.
Through life's trials, Liberty National Bank has been with you all the way, listening, embracing your goals, working together with you to build the business you want or the life you want. We've supported our neighbors and local businesses for over a century, always putting people first. For you, we're in the banking business. For you, we're here. Liberty National Bank, with you all the way.
Shamrock Bank, proud supporters of Warrior Athletics.
At Shamrock Bank, we take our commitment to community seriously. Our employee owners are your neighbors living, working, and serving in the community we all call home. Whether we are serving from inside our lobby or donating our time and resources to schools and local organizations, community banking is our top priority. You're more than just a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Go Warriors.
Go check out Shamrock Bank for all your banking needs at 109 Cobb Lake Street, Apache, Oklahoma. And Thank you, Shamrock Bank, for supporting the Warriors.
All right, we're back in Thomas at the beginning of the fourth quarter. 4th and 10, 4th and 11 for the Warriors. After that third down inerrant, or second down inerrant snap, third down brought us back to the original line of scrimmage. Brown gets the ball, back to pass. Oh, he's going to get in the backfield down at 35-yard line, where that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Warriors. Tried to break from the defense, scramble out of that, but gets pulled down by Thomas. Thomas will take over at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Terriers. All right, Warriors are on defense. Let's see if we can keep some of that momentum going from that good offensive drive that just one bad snap caused us to come up 4th and long and fall short of that. Turned over on downs. And here we go, 35-yard line. Thomas, shotgun, gets the snap, hands it off to the running back. Looks like he's going to come around the right-hand side. Picks up about 10 yards where he finally brought down by the Warriors. Jacoby on that tackle for the Warriors. First and 10 for Thomas in Warrior territory from the 49-yard line. We're in the fourth quarter of this game. Defense trying to make a stand. Quarterback gets the snap, hands it off to the running back again around the left-hand side this time. He's got some room to run. Finally tracked down at the 20-yard line by A.J. Silverhoodle. A.J. tracks him down, pulls him down the 20-yard line. If he wouldn't have got him, he would have been in the end zone. But that's enough for a first down for Thomas. That Hunter Reinschmeck, some of them last names, I tell you. His first name's Hunter, I tell you what, though. Got some good running through the Terriers tonight. That was just a off tackle around the left-hand side, found a hole, moved it up the field. Quarterback's in the shotgun stance, gets the snap, hands it off to the end around, tries left-hand side. He's still running, makes 3. They finally knock him out of bounds down around the 6-7 yard line. Enough for another first down, 11 yards gain on that play. 9:50 left in this fourth quarter in this game. Thomas knocking on the door of the end zone again. Quarterback in the shotgun. Tries to draw them all sides. Finally gets the play. Gets the snap, hands it around to the end around again. Coming all the way around. Pulled down by Jake Farrell as he comes around the left-hand side. A couple yards gained there. Be 2nd and goal for the Terriers. Jake shedded a blocker to make that tackle. Shedded his blocker. Reached out and grabbed a hold. Pulled him down after a couple of yards. Good open field tackling by Farrell right there. All right, quarterback's back in the shotgun again. Gets the ball, hangs it off. Now they're going to try the right-hand side. He's on to meet him, pulls him down at the line of scrimmage. And some other Warriors got in on that tackle. They're just trying to keep them out of the end zone. 3rd down for the Terriers. Get a defensive stance. Get a little moral victory right here toward the end of this game. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. 3rd down for the Terriers. All right, Warriors, let's see if we can keep them out of the end zone right here. Quarterback in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Hands it. Oh, he's going to keep it in the middle. 4 yards, but all the way down to the 2-yard line. Stop short of the goal line. There could be something going for the Terriers. The Warriors make a stand, keep him out of the end zone. He gains a couple of yards, moves it a couple of yards closer, but fourth and goal from the 2-yard line. Looks like the Terriers are going to go for it here instead of kicking a field goal. All right. Well, here we go. Let's see what happens with the defense here. The Warriors stand. All right. Quarterback's in the backfield by himself. And he comes around, hands it off. Square strike. Touchdown. Terriers. Looked like the hole was closing on him, but he only needed 2 yards, and he got the 2 yards, squirted through the hole, and found himself in the end zone for the Terriers. 7:03 left in the fourth quarter. Brings your score 47-3 with the extra point upcoming. We're ready for the extra point after the late fourth quarter touchdown by the Terriers. Snap back, ball's down, kicks away, and it looks like it went straight down the middle. That's good for the extra point, bringing the score 48-3. Thomas in the lead. Warriors played good defense right there. They were closing the hole. The running back was running through him, but all he needed was 2 yards, and he got him. Squirted it into the end zone right there. That was a good defensive stand for the Warriors. So we're getting ready to kick off right here. We're going to zoom down, show you the cheerleaders. Maybe they'll do us a cheer real quick. Here late in the fourth quarter. Got senior Emily Severson, senior Kennedy Bryant, and senior Emma. Well, my mind went blank. Claiborne, yes, thank you. I was like, what? Emma. She goes to my church. And so my mind just went right there. And Cody Johnson. He is right next to Emma, right? All right. They weren't looking at me, so I was trying to see them right there. We've got 4 seniors on the cheer squad this year. Cody Josie, Emma Claiborne, Kennedy Bryant, and Emily Severson doing a good job cheering on the Warriors tonight as they're cheering along with the band playing. But Thomas kicks it off. It's a shot. They fall on it at the 33-yard line. Five minutes left in this ball game. The Warriors going to come out on offense. See if we can drive it down the field. Our last possession. We were moving the ball down the field, and an inerrant snap over the head of quarterback Grant Brown. Lost about 20 yards on that snap, but they were looking good up to that point. So let's see what happens here. As Brown comes back out. Scott, senior running back for the Warriors, sets up shot behind him. For the 33-yard line for the Warriors. Gets the ball, hands it off to Scott, squirts up the right-hand side. Sent 8 or 9 yards from the senior running back right there. Nathan Scott picked up 7 yards, where it brings 2nd and 3 or 4 for the Warriors. Dave's got some explosive speed. If he can break free, he can beat a lot of people down the field. All right, Brown's back in the shotgun. Scott's behind him. Gets the ball, hands it off again, tries the left-hand side, makes a spin. A couple of Thomas Terriers there at the medium after a gain of about 3 yards. Going to bring up 3rd and 3 for the Warriors. One of those tackles. He just keeps his feet moving, keeps plowing ahead, and they hold him up long enough to another defender can come and help get him to the ground. 3 for the Warriors. Brown in the shotgun. Oh, looks like there's going to be a false start. But the flag is going to be against Thomas. Offsides on the defense. They move first. That moves the ball 5 yards down the field, gives the Warriors a first down. 3:45 left in this game. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line for the Warriors. Brown and Scott back in the backfield. Gets the shotgun snap, hands it off again. Tries to run up the middle, just about a half yard, where they finally pull him down. Be 2nd and 9. Three minutes left in this game. 2nd and 9 for the Warriors from their own 47-yard line. Brown and Scott in the backfield. Wide receiver split out left, one out right. He gets shotgun snap, throws it to the left, through the hands of Julius Wingham. It looked like he was going to catch it there for a second and maybe thought about what he was going to do once he picked it, and it just went right through his hands. Young sophomore wide receiver. Right there. 3rd down coming up for the Warriors. Brown gets the ball, hands it off to Scott. Good hard running up the middle. He's still on some. They finally get him out at about the 12-yard line. It's about a 50-yard handoff and run. Dayton Scott, senior running back for the Warriors, where that sets up a 1st and 10, the 14-yard line, 15-yard line. 1:52 left in this game. Good job. He just kept breaking tackles, kept running away from defenders. Oh, this time Brown keeps it himself, but there's one Thomas player in his way. So he gets pulled down behind the line of scrimmage, loses a couple of yards. Well, to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. They've been doing a good job on the camera for us tonight. Y'all see her out and around. Tell her how good of a job she did. Brown gets the ball, throws it over the head. BB Looking Glass. There is a flag on the field. The snap was a little low. He was able to gather it, get the pass off, but he threw it over the head of its intended receiver. But the flag is holding against the Warriors. So it's going to lose them 10 yards. They're going to bring it back. 58 seconds left in the 4th quarter as this game winds down. We want to thank you guys for watching with us tonight from Thomas, Oklahoma. Next Friday night, the Warriors are going to be at Chandler Field in Apache, Oklahoma, taking on Mormon. Come on out, 7 o'clock. Hit the stands. Let's cheer these Warriors on to victory. Bring whatever kind of noisemakers you can find or you have laying around the house. And come hang out Chandler Field in Apache. There'll be a fifth quarter after the game at the First Baptist Church. I want to thank you guys for watching with us tonight. Thank you for those who support our channel, Shamrock Bank and Liberty National Bank. Grant gets the ball. At the 12-yard line. Come back to Richmond line of scrimmage. So he picks up about 11 yards on that third down. If you'd like to be a supporter of Warrior football and on our live stream, you can talk to Principal Brown up at the high school and help support the Warriors. We'll make a little video commercial for you, play it during the live stream. You know, stop. Man, it looks like you done it. Come on. Did they call him out? They called him out of bounds at the half-yard line right there. I thought he made it in, but they called him out at the half-yard line, so it'll be and goal for the Warriors from the half-yard line. 15, 12, 11 seconds left. Let's see if we can pitch it into the end zone right here. Brown gets the ball. He's going to get wrapped up in the backfield, and that's going to be the end of the ball game. Scott definitely had a touchdown right there. They should have gave it to him. But standing the ball game, the score Thomas 48, your Warriors 3. Thank you guys for watching tonight. The Warriors, we've got Moreland, Southwest Covenant, and Texoma coming up. The next time we're going to be on the live stream, it's going to be in Texoma. I want you to come out to Chandler's Field in Apache on Friday night if you're on your Warriors. Tonight they fall to Thomas 48-3. Well, thank you for being a part of tonight's Warrior Weekly and the live stream broadcast of your Apache Warriors.
Shamrock Bank, proud supporters of Warrior Athletics.
At Shamrock Bank, we take our commitment to community seriously. Our employee owners are your neighbors living, working, and serving in the community we all call home. Whether we are serving from inside our lobby or donating our time and resources to schools and local organizations, community banking is our top priority. You're more than just a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Go Warriors.
Go check out Shamrock Bank for all your banking needs at 109 Cobb Lake Street, Apache, Oklahoma. And thank you, Shamrock Bank, for supporting the Warriors.
Through life's trials, Liberty National Bank has been with you all the way, listening, embracing your goals, working together with you to build the business you want or the life you want. We've supported our neighbors and local businesses for over a century, always putting people first. For you, we are in the banking business. For you, we're here. Liberty National Bank, with you all the way.
Hey Warrior fans, have you heard? Warrior Weekly is back, picking up where the great Jason Metzger left off, covering all things Apache sports. Check us out on Facebook at Warrior Weekly or Instagram at Warrior Weekly. We'd like to thank the school administration for giving us this great opportunity to bring you this live streaming broadcast of all Apache sports. As always, go Warriors.